Here are some weird similarities that I found between Portuguese and Georgian, learning both languages and being from both countries. Let's imagine that you're in a shop and you want to point to an item you want. In Portuguese you would say esta or esta depending on the gender of the item. In Georgian you would say es. In Portuguese, if you pick up the phone and you want to say hello, you say alô, and in Georgian if you pick up the phone it's also alô. In Portuguese, if you want to say ticket you say bilhete, and in Georgian you say bilhete. If you want to talk about wine, Georgia, the country that invented wine, you would say vinho, and in Portuguese you'd say vinho. And finally, but not least, one of my favourite cognates or false friends is the word for here. In Georgian, if you want to say here, it's aka, and in Portuguese, it's ka, depending on how you want to say it. For example, ak trovrob versus vem cá. Portuguese and Georgian both use very interesting constructions to name their days of the week. So they both do it in a relational format. So essentially, most of the days of the weeks are named in relation to other objects or other days of the week. So for example, or Shabbati. Shabbati is Saturday in Georgian. So when you say or Shabbati, you mean 2 days after Saturday. In other words, Monday. Portuguese has this similar relational naming structure, and both languages have very good reason for adopting this naming structure. Portuguese is a Latin Romance language, and unlike other Romance languages which use, for example, mardi, lundi, mercredi, these names are inspired by Roman gods, and to essentially religiousify their naming structure and take it away from pagan Roman belief systems, Portugal has adopted this more wholly friendly naming system, and Georgian, out of complete conviction for Christianity, has adopted this naming system in relation to Shabbati, the Sabbath, Saturday, the holy day. In addition to the Portuguese sábado, which has etymological origins within the Sabbath, Portuguese word for Sunday, domingo, comes from the Latin word dominicus, meaning of the Lord, as in the Lord's day. Although Georgian's word for Sunday lacks this religious significance, it is pretty cool because the word quira means Sunday and it's the word for week in Georgian. And I want to end this video off with some honourable mentions of words which aren't that similar but are similar in my Portuguese Georgian upbringing's head. The first honourable mention is the word for bread, in Portuguese pau and in Georgian puri, quite similar in my head. Second word is the word for you like / you want, that sort of vibe, in Portuguese gosta and in Georgian guinda. And for the final words, the words neither look the same nor have the same meaning, and it's bora in Portuguese, which means to go, let's go, and baro in Georgian, which is slang for hello. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, stay safe, and hopefully I'll see you with a part 2 if you guys enjoy.